Well, they probably do not spook the long watch. I will torch them.
That is a bit extreme.
Leave it to Moo. Okay, listen up, chaps. Cafe owner wants to invite a few people in for some drinks. You know, don't want to upset him, hands across the water and all that sort of thing. So, anybody fancy a quick snifter? How about you, sir? And, yes, and Madam, would you like to come? Yes, and perhaps your lovely daughter. No, you're not. Oh, terribly sorry. Well, more the merrier anyway. Well, follow Moo. I mean, me.
Hello and welcome to Café René.
He says, hello and welcome to Café René.
Right, English cretins. Why do you not take a seat here and sit down? These are known as chairs. Maybe you do not have them in England. But please be welcome, you set of fools.
He says it's very nice to meet you and thank you for all your help during the war.
I will give them some really cheap wine. Here are a couple of menus. You might be able to teach them to speak some French, huh?
While he's getting his very best wine for you, I'm just going to teach you a little bit of French lingo. Just enough for you to be able to order some grub in a cafe. Right here? Okay, right. The first thing is you've arrived at the cafe and you're jolly hungry. Now, the first thing you need to do is to find a table. So the French phrase for that is, I would lick a table. This is not too difficult, is it? No. Right, shall we have a bash then, Madam? Yeah. After me, I would lick a table.
I would lick a table.
John! Good. You're going to be doing it in about 5 minutes. You're as good as me. Now, Madam, you've joined your chums at the table and you need to order some grub. So the phrase you need is, I would lick a menu. Menu is French for menu. So, do I have to go? After me, I would lick a menu.
I would lick a menu.
First class! It isn't as difficult as it seems, is it? Now, sir, so far we've learned I would lick a table and I would lick a menu. Now, what would you say if you were wanting some service?
I would lick a waitress.
That will be extra.
Still to come on the return of Allo Allo. What the waitresses did for France with wet celery.
Is it too droopy?
René gets a rude awakening. And there's resistance from the real secret army.
And as far as I remember, I was a bit pissed off.
This is the return of Allo Allo.
I love you.
After only a couple of series, Allo Allo had become a runaway success, turning René Artois into Britain's most unlikely sex symbol.
Run your strong fingers through my strong air.
Unknown to head waitress Yvette Carte Blanche, second waitress Maria, played by Francesca Gonshaw, also vied for René's attention.
René, you have started without me.
But at the end of the third series, Maria left and was replaced by a brand new love interest, Mimi LeBonc.
Let my lips find your lips. Oh, it's me, René.
Michelle of the Resistance brought her in as a new bodyguard for René. And of course at 4'11", in a trench coat and a beret, looking more like Frank Spencer than a Parisian gang leader, who better to have as a bodyguard than me?
My name is Mimi LeBonc.
This is my bodyguard. I will be the laughingstock of the old town.
Show him.
She was very stroppy and sort of, yes, a wonderful sort of... I think when she first came into the series, she showed wonderful physical presence.
The pair of you.
And the audiences just loved her, both in the stage version and on television.
When he leans forward to hear me, I will plunge the duck between his ribs. He will die instantly.
Mimi was fearless, slightly, maybe a little on the deranged side. She was a bit of a terrorist, really.
Stand still and fight, you coward.
Do you give up yet?
Never. I will wring your neck if ever I manage to reach it.
Now, you know I would not ask this of you normally, but you will be doing it for France.
I will be doing it for 1,000 francs.
What about Maria?
She'd do it for 750.
There was a serious element in that the girls did go off with German soldiers.
Hello, soldier.
That did happen, and we know that people had to survive in those circumstances. So if you want to find serious notes in the program, that was quite a serious issue.
I think you owe me a favor.
Of course, Colonel. Yvette or Maria?
Decide. No contest.
Although we were fraternising, shall we say, with the Germans, the English public didn't sort of really pick up on that. It was like a flirtation, you know. And because we had the French accents, it wasn't so coarse, you know. Whereas if we'd have been doing it with, say, East End accents, oh, hello, darling, come upstairs, it wouldn't have had the same context at all.
Colonel, in my room is a painting on which I would like your advice.
A painting? Why would I want to see a painting?
It is of a flying helmet and some wet celery.
No one has examined the role of limp celery in Allo Allo and how it fits in with World War II society.
Is it too droopy?
I'll have just one more. I will hold the celery.
Well, we had the wet celery and the flying helmet and the egg whisk, but it had nothing to do with anything. David had just put it, well, what's bizarre but funny? Oh, a flying helmet's funny, and how about wet celery? Well, that sounds funny. So it was, and everyone went, well, what do you do with it? But it was just the comedy of having ludicrous objects. And people always wondering what the girls were doing with the wet celery and the flying helmet.
Pick up your clothes and get out of here! Yes, General! You may leave the helmet and the goggles.
I have no idea what that particular vice entails, particularly the egg whisk.
Room 6 for 10 litres.
Oh, not the wet celery and the flying helmet.
No, feather duster. But throw in the egg whisk, we might get some gasoline as well.
And we got a lot of laughs out of it for no reason at all, really.
My name is Otto Flick, Gestapo.
When it came to kinky persuasions, Geering and von Strohm were outshone by Gestapo agent Herr Otto Flick.
Heil Hitler. Heil Hitler.
Who was originally sent by Hitler to retrieve that valuable painting of the fallen Madonna with the big boobies.
Continue to look. I shall not return to Berlin until the picture is found.
Flick continued to make it his mission to flush out traitors on both sides.
Why is this mutton dressed as lamb?
Herr Flick is based on Joseph Goebbels. I mean, he's got the limp, he's got the cane, and he's the right side.
In addition to the infamous Nazi, Herr Flick also took his cue from Hollywood, most notably the sadistic character of Tote from Raiders of the Lost Ark.